Welcome to Being Light. Welcome, Sister Shivani.
Om Shanti, thank you.
Shanti. We were discussing about the becoming part so that we can get into that being state and how we need to structure our day by giving that 1 hour in the morning and an hour in the evening as me time where I relax myself and where I recharge in the morning, relax in the evening so that I have a good night's sleep. And a well-rested mind and brain is definitely far more creative than a constantly connected and distracted brain. And we were also discussing about the organizations instituting this policy where they allow the employees to disconnect, say starting 9 p.m., whatever their shift timings are, so that they get at least those 10 to 12 hours of distraction-free time, which they can use to connect with the people, not with the screens, and recharge themselves and have that family time, have that self time. And interestingly, you were also suggesting that we also need to switch off the notifications by default and start minimizing the usage of the mobile. Because if we add the neuroplasticity concept we discussed, if you continuously are in the habit of distracting yourself by checking your phone, then distraction becomes your new normal. Then even if you want to pay attention, you can't.
Concentration power also
is gone. I was speaking to a colleague of mine a few years ago. I asked him, as a part of this conversation, when was the last time he read a book cover to cover? He said, Bala, I lost that capability. I cannot focus myself to read even 3 or 4 pages. I only browse. I scan because my mind is not capable of focusing continuously. I lost that capability, and he is the VP.
Even children, these are people, at least you're talking of the age group of 35, 40, 50. What about children 4, 5, 8, 10?
Exactly.
What's the problem? Lack of concentration.
Yes.
So what is going to be their future 20 years from today? And even attention time, like you said, being able to go through a book, you're just scanning. Even social media, when we prepare nowadays some messages or videos for social media, what they will guide us, keep it interesting in the first 3 seconds, because the attention span is only first 3 seconds. If you don't make it interesting enough in the first 3 seconds, the person's not watching your video, which means we don't even have the strength.
Correct.
To just be there and give our time and energy to something, because again, distraction.
Yeah.
But then that will not remain only with media and social media. That will become my way of living.
Exactly, because that's what your brain is saying. That's why provocatively I keep saying your brain is the biggest tatastu machine you have.
Yeah.
You do something right, your brain says tatastu. You do something wrong, brain again says tatastu.
True.
Because it's just a tatastu machine.
Yeah.
What do you want is something that you choose. And if you don't give that regular break time to disconnect, that will naturally increase a lot of stress. Now, we started with that 1 hour in the morning, about 1 hour in the evening. What do you think should we try to do during that first 1 hour in the morning? Any suggestions? Yes, it's independent, each one's interest, but are there some guidelines that you can tell us?
We are very clear that it's the energizing time.
Correct.
So energizing the mind and the body. So like the first thing, no phone, only because we don't want to consume from the world. I want to keep this mind for my clarity, creativity, intuition, and energizing. But not just phone, also no newspaper.
Very good.
So I would say I'm not using technology, but I'm just reading my morning newspaper, but not in the first 1 hour.
Yes.
Because again, you're consuming from the world, and there's not very good quality consumption. So it's not just that you're consuming, but what's the quality?
Correct.
Because when we're saying emotional health, then we have to take care of the emotional diet.
Correct.
And the emotional diet is what we watch, read, and listen.
Absolutely.
So in the last 10, 20 years, we are flooded with content. So we are flooded with what we are watching, reading, listening.
Yes.
And quality, we all know what it is.
Yes.
So whether it's in terms of the news, whether it's in terms of movies, our serials, our messages, even our comedy, it all is having an element of some negativity.
Yeah.
Whether it's just humiliating someone, whether it's just being critical, whether it's just pulling people down, it's an energy. It's a style now of
Correct.
every kind of content that we are receiving. And we're just watching, reading, listening, and thinking this is entertainment.
Yeah.
Entertainment, but entertainment should not deplete you.
Yes.
Entertainment, yes, but what was the outcome of that entertainment?
Correct.
So if I dedicate 1 hour or 2 hours to watch something, at least I need to be sure that I don't come out of that 1 or 2 hours depleted because of the
Yes.
quality of the content I took in.
Yes.
So 20 to 30 years, content, and the future doesn't mean there's less content, it's only going to increase. So that this
Absolutely.
whole digital influx that we have, we'll have to create self-discipline.
Yes.
Like we create our self-discipline about what we will eat and what we will not eat, what we will drink and what we will not drink, what time we will eat and what time we will not eat. Today, we're very much more aware about our healthy eating habits. So people are very clear. I will eat this, I will not eat this. Now let the whole world eat there in front of them. They say, no, I don't eat this. If somebody is a vegan, they'll say, I'm a vegan. Vegetarian. Naturopathy, they're eating raw. Same way, take care of emotional diet. If you're not going to watch this, then you are not going to watch this.
Yes.
Even if you're just getting it repeatedly from everybody on your message. Learn, it's a habit, to delete messages without watching, reading, or listening. Because just seeing it, you know what the energy of it is. So don't invite all these into your life. If you don't consume them, and you don't respond to them, and you don't forward them, very soon they will stop coming to you.
Yeah.
They will stop coming to you. But every time you receive it, you consume it, then you comment on it, then you forward it. Tomorrow you're going to get more of it.
Absolutely.
More of it. So taking care early morning that, okay, we're not connecting to work, but also when we're connecting to friends or we're connecting to family, messages, don't consume what is not healthy. It could be a joke about somebody else, but you've consumed the quality.
We can also use a portion of that 1 hour for physical exercise.
That's
For
what, mind and body
yogasanas,
both. Mind and body
Yes.
both. So newspaper, we keep it for the later part of the day. Ideally, the later you keep it, not just 1 hour,
Yeah,
because the first 2-3 hours, our absorption power is very high. We've just rested.
Yeah.
So it's a silent mind. It's going to absorb. That's not the time to give it negative content.
Correct.
Content full of violence and terror and corruption and pain and unrest. That's not the time. You're a leader. You're going to work to empower and motivate people.
It's interesting, even in the media, they always talk about breaking news. They never talk about empowering or joining news. It's always breaking.
So that's...
And naturally, definitely, it's not just a figure of speech. It is
What is
literally breaking something inside
That's
us.
What we are consuming and the way it's being presented. Because now we don't even just read it. No, we watch it. So we watch that particular news. So when we watch it, there's a visual, there's an emotion, there's a repetition.
Correct.
So the same piece of news is being repeated and we're consuming it with the emotion. If I had to just read, then such and such a thing happened somewhere, it's one level of content. But if I have to watch that, see it, and then repeatedly see it, and then see somebody talking about it, and it's another level of energy altogether. So we have to take care of the diet we consume.
Are there any specific set of thoughts? We can even do that couple of minutes meditation now. A set of thoughts which I can give it to myself.
The first thing that we can create in the morning is begin the day with a gratitude, a first thought of gratitude. If the first thought is of gratitude, it's leading you towards contentment in life because you've shifted your vibration to gratitude and not lacking. Gratitude. Just connect to God, gratitude. Gratitude to your mind and body for being healthy. Gratitude for people around you. Gratitude to nature for nurturing you. There is absolutely so much to be grateful for every single day. But my attention is not going towards it. My attention is going towards those 3 things which I'm lacking. My attention is going towards that one wrong habit in my family rather than looking at those 20 which are beautiful, because I'm taking the beautiful part of my life for granted.
Correct.
So like इसके बारे में क्या सोचना है, ये तो अच्छा ही है. So but मुझे किस बारे में सोचना है, where things need to be done. But when it becomes a habit, then the mind starts perceiving that my life is not perfect. Because my attention is only going towards those things which are not right.
Right. That's where the energy flows.
So then that becomes my perception of life.
Yes.
How's life? So gratitude should be the frequency first thing in the morning, and then meditation. I mean, that's what we do at the Brahma Kumaris. That first 30-40 minutes, it's not the time which is the criteria. Everyone starts to what is comfortable for them. But spend those first few 15, 20, 30 minutes with yourself. Meditation means first thing is self-realization, which means creating very pure and powerful affirmations for the self. For example, I am a happy being. Instead of saying, which I'm changing my old belief system, I will be happy when. So meditation is also working on that wiring in the brain. Because when I'm in a silent state, I'm creating the right kind of thoughts. And I'm also visualizing myself being that way. So meditation is affirmation plus visualizing it. And third, translating it into an experience, recording it here, and during the day implementing it into my work and my family life. So like I'm a happy being. I accept each one as they are. I trust people. I respect people. People respect me. All these highest energy thoughts. And of course, if you want to, you really connect to God during meditation, because then you're connecting to the highest vibration at that time. And whoever you think of, whoever I remember, whoever I think of, I get connected to their vibrations. Every parent would have experienced, they think of their child, and there is that child telling them, you know what, I was thinking of calling you up. It's that energy transfer that takes place, which we call telepathy. But telepathy doesn't happen once in a while. It's happening all the time. Provided I'm tuning in, I'm catching the vibration. So if I think of God, then I'm connecting to the highest vibration. So that's meditation. And a very beautiful thing that we do at the Brahma Kumaris is an hour of study, which means a high vibration emotional diet early morning. So replacing the newspaper time with the spiritual study time. And I feel personally that one shift creates all the other shifts during the day. Everything else falls into place after that. Because instead of consuming what the world is happening there, we start consuming how I am, how I should be, how I will be, and I start creating a very different world for myself during the day. So I'm not a victim of what my world is. I am the creator of what my world is. Because I chose that early morning time to create that world here and then manifest it outside during the day. So that first morning hour of spiritual study, which means watch, read, or listen, very pure, empowering content. If you want acceptance as your nature, then consume that in the morning. You want unity and trust as your personality, consume that content early morning. You want team and authenticity and integrity as your personality, consume that in the morning. But it's not possible that I consume criticism and corruption in the morning, and then I want honesty and integrity and transparency during. Just want. It's what you eat, you become.
Yeah.
So that this is the basic principle at the Brahma Kumaris, which millions of us today and all over the world.
Yeah.
And we are all people who are working. We have our own business setups. We have families to take care of, but we give that 1 hour in the morning. So there's no concept of, oh, I don't have time, because we've understood that this is what is affecting the rest of my day and the rest of my life. So once, for the first 3 months, it's a little shift in your routine.
Little difficult.
First 3 months, it's okay, I have to make time for it. After that, you don't have to make time.
Because it becomes a
After
habit,
that, your life revolves around that 1 hour, that this 1 hour is my it's same like physical exercise.
Yes.
Earlier we would make excuse, then we have to make time, but after that we say, I have to exercise, rest of the things will all fall into place. Absolutely. After that.
Yeah.
So it becomes a priority very soon. So that 1 hour is that. Meditation and study, both are needed. Some people will say, I meditate, but they're not consuming any pure, powerful content. So if they don't consume, then they're still consuming other quality content, which means you're eating a lot of junk food, but you're not even eating 20 minutes of healthy food in the day.
True.
Then it doesn't give you the right way of thinking.
Correct. And that
then
energy won't be there.
Then
those
I'm
vibrations
very
won't be
peaceful and calm and happy during my meditation. Which is also very good. Half an hour you were very calm, peaceful, then you are calm during the day. But what the right emotional diet gives us is knowledge, understanding, and the ways of thinking and responding to every situation during the day. That I will not get unless I consume that. It's a knowledge.
Correct.
Of how to understand myself, how to understand people, how to deal with different sanskars during the day. It's a study.
True. It's a skill that can be picked up.
It's a skill. Yeah, it's a skill of the right way of thinking.
Correct.
Then the right way of being, and then the right way of working. So now, if you are only consuming spiritual study but not meditating, so we will say, I go to the satsang, I study, but I'm not meditating. Then I will have the right skills, means I have the knowledge, but sometimes I don't have the power to implement it.
Correct.
I know I should accept. I know I should empathize. I've given up my old belief systems of expectations. I know. But when that situation comes, I say, but you know what, I still reacted. So that's why that both are important. So it's like food for the soul and exercise for the soul. Need to eat the food, but also need to exercise to digest that food. So meditation and spiritual study. So it's a complete 1 hour me time. And then exercise for the body is another.
Yes.
So that is taken care of in the morning. And then during the day, just to take care that we are paying attention. That what we studied, what we believed and understood, this is how I should be. But because I am living out of many years of old habits, so till I create that new habit, I need to put attention. After a few months, that habit has gone into the auto response mode.
And as we discussed, once you get into the office, plan your day. And when you move from one task to the next,
pause for a minute.
Pause for that minute. Allow the brain pay that switching penalty and reorient yourself so that you're your best self, where you're there to give and not to take. So this constant reminding myself all through the day also helps, as you said, to continue what I started in the morning.
It's like you charged your phone in the morning. But you also keep charging it during the day now. And most of us are carrying our power banks with us. So gone is the time. Gone is the time you charge once in the morning and then you're coming back in the evening.
That's the first thing you pack.
So that means keep charging. Even if it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we keep charging the phone so that it's always full battery. That's why. Because with the priority, I want to bring this energized mind to my family in the evening. That's also a priority.
True.
It's not just that I am the best person at work. I'm the most efficient and effective leader. Am I going home as a happy, energized spouse and a happy, energized parent? Because only then will I radiate that power and empower my family. sometimes people are excellent with their teams at work, but by the time they reach home, they're very drained out.
Yeah.
And they think it's fine because I've given everything that I have, I've given to my work.
True.
Now, when I come home, I want my family to give me. So I'm a giver at work, but when I come home, I'm again going into that taker or that seeker mode.
Yeah.
But it's also the family who needs, my child needs nurturing from me,
Yes.
needs that empowerment.
Yes.
It's not only about quality time, it's quality of energy you're giving to your child.
Yes.
Many of us are carrying a guilt. Oh, we don't spend enough time with our children. Don't need to create guilt. Yeah. Just take care that you're giving the right energy to the child.
And not the most expensive toy that you can buy.
That's another energy altogether that's happening, because that guilt is making us do a lot of things which is not healthy for the child.
Yeah, because we think that because I don't give time, I will replace that by giving some toy.
And also, when we are spending just an hour or 2 hours, we give in to more of their demands just to please them.
Yes.
So it's a way of compensating, because children also will say, one, you hardly spend time with me, and now that you're with me, you say no to this, no to that, no to... So it's that guilt which makes me say yes to a lot of things which I would have otherwise not said yes to as a parent.
In a recent program, we were having a conversation on digital detox, and then we were saying, after some time, switch off your mobile. When you go home, you should not check, you should spend time with your kids. Interestingly, there was this executive whose 2 kids were in the audience. One was 7, the other one was 4. So both of them stood up and they said, Bala, if my dad doesn't switch off, if he keeps checking the mobile when he is with us, what do you want us to do?
Yeah.
I didn't have an answer. Yeah. The dad had to answer the kids, because kid is just 4, and this is, I don't know how the parent felt. I hope he took it in a nice manner. In front of this 300, 400 people, 2 kids standing up and saying, my dad gets distracted with the phone when he's with us.
But one is that even if we keep away the phone and we're sitting with complete attention with the child, but what's our energy?
Correct.
If I've created stress and anxiety, and it's like I've carried all my dirt with me, my emotional infection is all on me, and now I'm sitting next to my child.
Yeah.
And I'm spending the next 2 hours with my family. Even if I'm no phone, no TV, but what's the energy I'm giving them?
Correct.
So along with taking care of the outer distractions, it's my responsibility to come home in the evening energized.
Correct.
I can't come home depleted, because that's what's really, that's the reason for relationship breakdown at home.
Absolutely.
It's like, even if you just look at husband and wife, 2 people coming home like this.
Yeah.
Then
and
they're expecting, because their power to accept is over.
Yeah.
They finished it during the day. Yeah. And when they come home in the evening, they're competing as to who had a more terrible day than the other. So it's like my day was really bad, and the other person said, don't even ask my day. It's a message to the other person. My tolerance power, my power to adjust, everything is over, so I expect you to tolerate.
Without even realizing that एक भिखारी दूसरे भिखारी को कभी शाहूकार नहीं बना सकता. One who is impoverished can never make another person rich. As you keep saying, can I first fill myself so that I can start giving, rather than expecting the other person to fill me?
Because both are coming home like this.
Yes.
And sometimes in their arguments and fights, they will even say to each other, then what did I marry you for? Because I'm getting nothing in this relationship. Because I thought I came into this relationship to get something. So I'm not getting anything from you. And then people start looking at other people from where they will get. One thing can lead to so many more complexities in life, because I was in this relationship to get. And the other person will say, so was I. So both came into the relationship to get. Neither came into the relationship to give. And then both are going to look at the children thinking we'll get from them. So everyone is standing in this mode and not a single one there. So we need one in every family to be like this. The
at
giver.
Least.
Giver, one. Even if there's one, one charged battery coming home in the evening, they will energize the others. You have all depleted batteries coming in the evening.
Yeah.
So it's the role of every organization to send an energized parent home in the evening.
Very good, yeah.
It's their corporate social responsibility.
Very interesting.
Because they are creating the next generation. They are responsible for a large number of mental health issues in the youngsters today because they are sending stressed, tired, depleted parents home. So when we talk of corporate social responsibility, it can't just be giving 2% of your profit.
True.
It's about your responsibility towards society. What are you creating for the next generation?
Yes.
And then you're saying you also want them to remain connected even after when they go home.
Absolutely.
So CSR means take care of your people, send them happy and energized in the evening. They will be lovely at home. Yeah. And most important, they'll come happier the next morning. It's a vicious cycle towards happiness and lightness and easiness and power. Or it's a vicious cycle towards depletion and stress and anxiety and then depression. Yeah. It's only two different paths. Yeah. I can only be on one of the paths. I can't be this way, that way, both. So that's the reason why I need to take care even during the day. Yeah. Not that, because many of us say, I meditate every day. Done. It's my habit. But during the day, again the same stress, again anger, again anxiety. Then they say, no, but I meditate, I feel very good at that time. You're not supposed to feel good while meditation. You're not going to get angry during meditation. Where's the stimulus? Yeah. But you are supposed to use that meditation time to feel that way during the day.
Yes.
So it's like you're not going to exercise so that you're healthy while you're exercising. Yeah. You exercise so that you're going to be healthy during the day. Yeah. Even if there's a weather change, even if you drink water which is not clean, your body immunity system was built up by that daily diet and exercise. Yeah. So that's where spirituality will play its role. That then your emotional immunity system, correct, extremely high. Yeah. Then you're ready to be with people, different sanskars, different behaviors. Yes. Somebody could be doing everything to pull you down in your organization, and there you are, highest in your self-respect, radiating compassion to them also. Come home in the evening very happy and energized. Being fair not just to yourself, to your family, and then to your work.
Very good. So the sequence to remember is the self, the family,
and the work.
And the work. So that is, you start with the seed. So when the seed is empowered and powerful, you get a powerful trunk. And when there is a healthy trunk, the fruits that you get are also filled with the juice, filled with the life, filled with happiness. It's not the other way around. Very good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Shivani.
Thank you.
Shanti.